What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back for another episode of Dream Daddy. Last time we had a second date with Joseph, followed up by meeting up with Mary afterwards, which was a very interesting development. But yeah, the second date with Joseph was definitely better than the first one, I'll say that. What did you, or I should say, I guess the next question is, because we talked it over a bit at the end of last time. So Amy, my question is, and just a reminder to the folks at home, we have had 2 dates with Craig, 2 dates with Matt, 2 with Brian, and 2 with Joseph, and then 1 each with everyone else, Robert, Hugo, and Damien. So Amy, the ever important question, who are we messaging on Dad Book today?
It's gonna be Robert.
Whoa, okay. It's gonna be Robert. I would love to know why.
I'm hoping one of 2 things happens. We either get to eat awesome food at his house, or we get to talk to Mary more.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, well, so then you ready to message him?
Yeah.
You can't beat the whammy bar. Nice. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dad Book says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decide to send him one last message, figuring that this'll produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. He said I'm all caught up on work. Do we know what he does?
No.
Okay.
I don't think we do.
I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it.
Oh, crap.
Oh, God.
He really likes baking on the fly, doesn't he?
Yeah, that seems dumb. Like, cooking on the fly? Sure, go for it.
Right.
But baking seems like a real bad idea.
Yeah, I have trouble baking even with a recipe.
I love baking, and I'm not as good at cooking. Baking I can do because I enjoy, this is my personality, but I enjoy being very exact with the measurements and everything, and so, making sure that everything's all leveled off and whatever.
I measure stuff, and I'm doing air quotes
yes.
when I say that.
Yes, she
because
is.
I measure things, and I use the measuring implements, but, I fudge it all the time.
No, I'm like super exact.
I'm like, oh, it's running out, and it's like a decent amount not quite there. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll do a decent amount not quite there of everything else.
Wow.
And it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, not okay. Both you and Peter, it's just not okay. Anyway, so Peter says, I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally, I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making a pie.
No way.
Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie.
Oh my god.
My special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? More cherries, salt, or almond extract?
Almond extract, definitely. I know that.
Oh, it's almond extract, duh.
He's right on
Oops.
that. It's definitely almond extract.
Why? Do you know why, or you just know that it is?
I just think it'll bring out the taste of the cherries more.
Okay, well, unfortunately, oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in.
Oh no.
Way too much in.
Oh.
I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. It'll
taste like marzipan pie.
Ugh.
I love marzipan.
Yeah. You would.
You won't taste the cherries, though.
I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Oh, God.
50 minutes?
Everything is going
seems like
wrong
a lot.
here. It does. Amanda's going to be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. Yeah, a good pie. I have a seat at the kitchen table to do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done. It's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Fine, you caught me. Nothing. Or I've been leading a double life.
Fine, you caught me.
I was hoping to butter you up so that you would take me shopping later. Maybe buy me a new tool set? Classic role reversal. I respect that.
Damn it. I was really hoping, like, she would be like, oh, you found out about this thing, or whatever. You know, like, I was just, like, I wanted to say
Catch
that
her in
to,
a lie.
like, see if, like, she would give me a little something, you know?
I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig in before it's ready. Huh. What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake?
Ew.
That's awesome.
What the hell?
That's a prize for whoever finds it. Well, was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? What the hell was he doing?
What?
Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you just eat the pie, Panda? I cut us a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens.
I miss pie.
I watch as Amanda takes a bite. What's wrong? Is it not good?
Oh.
Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing.
Because it's a marzipan pie.
Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right. The pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve.
Yeah.
Maybe fathers aren't as... Oh, sorry, this is still him. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media make us out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole.
Whoa.
Dad, your sleeve is on fire. I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. Wow. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner, I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad Book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh. Hope he's okay. I turn out the lights and lie down. Ding. Hey. Peter. Hey. Hey, Peter. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. Ugh, what is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me hunk. I will hunk. Get out here. I look out my window, and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. I open my door to try and figure out what's going on.
In your PJs?
Hey. Hey? Wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping. That's no fun. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool.
She's not even gonna tell Amanda he's leaving.
Meh. Cool.
She might want to know that she's in the house by herself in the middle of the night.
She's
I'm just
all right.
saying.
Nah, she's all right. What would you know about being a teenage girl? You have no idea what that's like.
Yep.
Or what it's like to be anything like Amanda at all.
Yeah.
We haven't literally spent this entire series talking about how you and Amanda are like interchangeable humans. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right. 1 second. Here we are again. I run inside and throw on my going out pants. It's just a thing now. Shoes and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts...
Packets?
Yeah, packet of cigarettes.
It's a pack.
Well, whatever. What do you...
Packet?
I assume that pack is short for packet, but I could be wrong.
I've never heard that in my life.
It could also be packets of like rolling papers and stuff. Like if he rolls his own, you know, rolling papers or tobacco or whatever. I do not smoke. Spoilers for everybody out there.
Packet either.
I do not smoke. I couldn't tell you. Anyway, I also genuinely do not care. Yeah, I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out of the cul-de-sac. Oh. You like Tom Waits? Love Tom Waits? Tom who? Or hoist that rag, baby?
Oh, Tom who?
Wait, who's to... Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. He didn't like your answer.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit.
Wow. So, where are we going? By the way, look at that. Look at this pineapple sticker.
Yeah, stickers.
I love that.
Dashboard.
I love that it like looks upset and it's got the like slice in it, which is super funny to me. Like this hippo. Wow, it's an elephant. This elephant is adorable. I know my animals. This this elephant is adorable with that little heart on its trunk, and this cool dinosaur too. I wonder where these stickers came from. Are these his? So where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, it looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by.
Yeah, he should probably tell someone where he is.
I glance...
This is like the beginning of the horror movie before you realize that the guy you're alone with is a murderer.
Right? Where he tells you the story, but you can do nothing about it because you're so far gone already.
Right.
And he's taking you to an area with... Right, and he's taking you to an area with no cell phone service or anything. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there that I just can't place. Are you okay? I like your car, or say nothing.
Are you okay?
Huh. Hey. Just peachy. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just hang on, we're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car, and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him.
Oh, it's a beautiful view.
It sure is. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us as lights blink in the distance. Off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's all so gorgeous. This is where I come to masturbate.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
That is a commitment to masturbation, though. That is a trip to just masturbate. Like, Jesus.
Porn doesn't get me off, only a good view.
Wow.
Like, what the hell?
That's hilarious.
Just bring a picture up on your computer of a good view.
What?
You psychopath.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously kidding. And we'll find that out in a second. But still, this is hilarious. What? I'm kidding. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Because we believed him.
Oh.
This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints.
Condom? Because you know he has gonorrhea. We are not fucking this guy without a condom.
It glints in the moonlight, and I suddenly realize what it is.
A condom.
Oh shit, that's a knife!
Oh.
Oh. Please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. He's whittling.
Whittling my aim.
Shoutouts to Stephen Lynch. Please don't stab me with that either.
Hey.
Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh. I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was going to stab you just now? What? No. Hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Laugh or play along?
Laugh.
I laugh. That's nervous laughter, not funny laughter.
What?
I'm having a great time.
Hey.
Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me.
Oh.
I'm gonna warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? I honestly can't tell when you're kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. Yeah? He and I laugh.
Oh.
Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. Wow. Rude as hell. I've whittled before. What the hell is that crap about? I like whittling. It's fun.
Oh, God.
What do you mean by that? I mean, like, you're doing other things. Like, you're sitting around a campfire talking to people and whittling a stick.
No thanks.
Okay. Leave it in the comments.
I'd rather do, like, literally anything else.
Wow. Sitting around a campfire talking is, like, one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
So?
Whittling is not.
Yeah, well. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first Social Security check. Peter, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried it speaks volumes about your character.
Okay, I don't give a shit.
Wow, Amy. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground.
Dog, you get the stick.
Perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood is going to splinter. Yeah, and then your knife's going to get stuck, and either you're going to dull the crap out of it, and or it's going to jump and cut the crap out of you. So, yeah, it ain't for grandpas, Amy.
Because their hands aren't steady enough to
Exactly.
do it correctly.
Exactly. Isn't the most important thing safety?
Hey.
And by the way, they're not being safe if they're both sitting on the bed of a pickup truck doing this together. Where's your blood circle? That's really messed up. By the way, for those of you that don't know what a blood circle is, it's if you hold the blade of the knife safely and make a circle around your body with the handle of that knife. If that handle touches anyone or anything, that is inside of your blood circle. And if you're both sitting on the bed of a pickup truck, the other person is definitely in your blood circle, and that's super unsafe. Just throwing that out there.
No one cares.
Wow.
No one whittles.
Leave it in the comments if you've ever whittled before. Help me out here. No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. They are very nice hands.
No, thanks.
Wow. You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs. What the hell? What the hell kind of a line is that?
Really bad one.
Knife that wood.
Oh, yes. I'm so happy. I'm so
That actually
happy.
looks a lot like your pocket knife.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, okay.
I did it. That's a good start. What is it?
Pencil.
A sharp stick, a pencil, or a knitting needle?
It's a pencil.
Good luck writing with that. You made a highly dangerous weapon.
Yeah, thanks.
More whittling. Oh, it's a popsicle stick. Tell me about this one. Popsicle stick, tongue depressor, or flatworm?
Ew. Popsicle stick.
Now all you need is to carve up some wooden juice, wooden fruit, and a wooden freezer. You made a popsicle stick. Oh, God. What's the story here?
Toothpick.
Toothpick, bubble popper, or something to make me look tougher?
Toothpick.
You realize that you could have just picked your teeth with the knife.
No.
Jesus, that seems unsafe. And what a terrible thing to do to your knife. You made a toothpick.
I'll just use my fingernail.
Also gross.
Yep.
Oh,
It's an egg.
what's this? Chicken nugget, I don't know, or a Ouija board planchette?
Chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget. Please don't eat that. You made Robert uncomfortable. Oh no. Oh, that's weird. Nice form. What's it supposed to be? A self-portrait, Louisiana, or it's you?
It's you.
You really captured my likeness. I'm impressed. You made Robert, I guess. Oh. Interesting. What do we have here? Chopstick righty, chopstick lefty, chopstick ambidextrous.
Chopstick ambidextrous.
It's a stick. You made a chopstick ambidextrous. Carving a lot of things. This one's huge. What the hell? Oh my god.
Make a boat.
A lot. Oh!
It's a swan.
If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time. Swan, duck, or new friend?
Swan.
Stop yelling. Nice work. You made the meanest bird.
Yeah, birds suck.
Go watch our Pokemon Red playthrough. Really, any Pokemon playthrough, really.
It's a horse. It's a horse.
Oh, God. Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? Big old dog, the spirit of the Mustang, or Sir Horsington the Brave?
Sir Horsington the Brave.
A brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature. You made a beautiful gift for Amanda.
Yeah.
She dressed up as Sir Horsington the Brave once, I think,
Yep.
if I recall correctly. Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife? Ah! Yeah, he cut himself. While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving.
Hopefully it's not the horse.
Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. For the love of God, I hope he cleaned it after the last time he bled all over it. Just throwing that out there. Hold tight. He hops off the truck, and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Now that is some responsible whittling. I appreciate that greatly.
I mean, you should just have a first aid kit in your car.
Also true.
I do.
Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up.
Oh?
You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy?
Ew.
I guess Peter likes blood. That's what we've learned today.
Okay.
I guess I'm a real whittler now.
Oh.
That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Please don't say sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know?
Cryptids? What
Yeah, he'll explain it, I'm sure.
is it like a zombie or something?
Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff?
Hmm.
Mothman is bullshit, but yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences.
What?
You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in this city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad. You ever hear of the Dover ghost? I don't think so.
Hey.
Well, let me tell you a story.
Oh.
Are they in a town called Dover?
I don't know. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup. Pit bull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning.
Whoa, whoa.
It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent.
Oh?
Do squirrels really make that much noise? I mean, I feel like
If they're, like, running around, yeah?
maybe some chittering, but...
Yeah. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing. Nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know someone, something, is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it. In the distance.
Bigfoot.
A man, but if
Slender
something
Man.
that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it, it just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body. Black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her. But she's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. That's terrible, or you're lying.
You're lying.
He sure is, because we know Betsy.
Yep.
But he doesn't, the game doesn't know that we were at his house already for that. Okay, you're full of shit. He liked being called on his nonsense. You think I'm lying? Robert pulls out his wallet and shows me a picture of a beautiful pit bull.
Oh.
Tell that to Betsy. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights, nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost.
It's just Slender Man.
A howl resonates through the woods. Doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl.
Really?
Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me. Right?
Huh?
I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go. Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that? The Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve? Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves. We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city. Thanks for coming out. This was fun.
Oh?
I'm sorry I haven't...
Definition of fun? We, might have witnessed, the end of a murder.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, probably. It's pretty awesome.
Before that point, we were consistently worried for our own lives. So I don't think this was a fun date.
But we whittled things like a horse.
Who cares? Yes, we have a nice gift for Amanda.
Yeah, you love
We already
Amanda.
made her a pie.
We already made her a pie. That's true. We did make her a
She
pie.
didn't need a horse, and I didn't need this shit.
You're the one that wanted to go on the date with Robert. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man? Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette. God, this game. Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in this sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think... Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road.
Dude, that's everybody.
Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am.
Well, again, that's everybody.
I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going.
Hey.
But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking.
Yeah, we never met his kid.
Does he have a kid?
They're all dads.
True. Dad book and all that. Good point.
So I'm wondering if maybe his kid passed.
Before we pick this option, I just want to point out, because it's something that's been bothering me. So, can we look at this road that we're driving on? It says that the speed limit is 65, which presumably, because this was made in America and talking about an American town, is miles per hour. That, I think, is pretty obvious. But if you look at the road, first of all, on a 65 mile an hour two-lane highway that go, or two-lane road or highway or whatever, that goes through the woods like this, why is there a broken yellow line with which you could pass somebody? And why is
I don't think it's yellow. I think it's white.
And the lights are illuminating
Because
it? No,
look
because...
at the shoulder line is the same color.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way it's lit.
Regardless, this is
I think on the other side of the trees is the other direction.
But then there wouldn't be a solid line. Then the dotted line would be there, but the solid line would not. My point is, this looks like it's a two-lane road up in the sticks, right? Like it's like a back road that not many people travel on, and it's supposed to be indicating that you could pass somebody over there, but it's on a curve, which is not where they put dotted passing lines. That's not how it works. You do it on a straightaway where you know you're going to be able to pass the person and there's not other cars coming, because otherwise you're going to start passing the person, turn the corner, and slam head on into an oncoming car.
65 is pretty high.
Exactly.
I am aware of a fairly straight, but not entirely straight road that has a 55 mile an hour
speed limit with a
speed
passing
limit.
area.
With a passing area. And it does something like this where it's like one side's allowed to pass but not the other.
Yeah.
And then it flops.
Yeah. That makes a degree of sense.
But it's a pretty rural area, And I think the reason why it's 55 on that road is because nobody drives on it.
Yeah.
So
and
like,
if it's a straightaway, it's fine because you can see most of the things that are coming.
I mean, it's... And there are a lot of trees and stuff. It's straight enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilly, so you can't necessarily see over a hill.
Sure.
But you can see... But you're not trying to, like, look around a curve necessarily.
Yeah.
And if you are, that's usually a spot on that road where the speed changes. Because this is a very long road that I'm talking about. And ironically, it is near near a town and or goes through a town that is called Dover.
Oh, interesting.
So,
okay. Maybe they did their research. Okay, so back to this. So I
definitely 55 miles an hour, not 65.
Yeah. I heavily derailed this discussion, and I apologize.
Sorry.
No, I did not. That's my fault, not yours. I heavily derailed what we were talking about with Robert here, but is our response going to be, that sucks, I'm glad you told me, or maybe we deserve to be eaten by the Dover ghost?
Maybe we deserve to be eaten by the Dover ghost.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe that's why it's here. The Dover ghost feeds off of your sadness, my sadness. It hunts us in the night.
Oh.
Honestly, it makes sense. I was trying to kid around.
Mm-hmm.
To just be devoured for my sins.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds pretty great, actually. Way to go, Amy. You made him sad.
He was sad to start with.
You made him more sad.
No, I didn't.
That's fair.
He's fine.
Yeah.
We're with him.
It was a joke. I'm turning the car around. We're going back. Robert slams on the brakes and puts the car in reverse.
Oh, Christ.
Robert, wait! He stops the car again. You know what? I thought about it. It's not my time yet.
Hey.
I haven't finished watching the Criterion Collection. They just keep adding stuff to it. But thanks, Peter.
Oh, we had eggplants.
No, that was still him.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, because he was finally saying thanks. So we're finally seeing how he reacted to the
It's
joke
just,
that you made.
it was like in the center of
I
the
know.
screen, not around his little...
I know, but that's how the
face.
black orbs came out before when he didn't
Okay,
like what we
okay.
said. But still, that's good. Then you were right about the joke. Nicely done. But thanks, Peter. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. That was a nice pocket knife, by the way.
Yeah.
Very nice. Lockback. Some people don't appreciate or like lockbacks because the way to close them is you have to put your thumb or your finger in some way in the path of the blade to close it. But if you know what you're doing and have a good enough grip on it and it's not like spring loaded, which I've never seen a lockback be, then it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Just be safe about it. Anyway, I know things about pocket knives. Sorry, everybody. I like pocket knives. They're cool.
I am full of indifference.
Anyway, I pull it out and offer it back to him.
Oh.
You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. So then that doesn't make sense. The time that we went to his house with Craig, it showed us out on the city streets. Remember? The backdrop was like the city streets. And I said, because you correctly pointed out that you thought that he was in a cul-de-sac. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know, maybe he's not. It didn't necessarily say that they all were.
Right.
But yeah,
It's weird.
it's very weird. Okay. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where did you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting. You know the Mothman's bullshit, right? Amanda, You know what? It's fine. I finally decide to go to bed. How did we do? Date complete. We did probably not do very well, I have to say.
I had fun.
That's it? I had fun? Okay. A lot on Tough Talk, a little over half on Flip Up Sunglasses, a little under half on Whiskey and Crime, a little more than half on Dover Ghost, and pretty low on Truck.
B, though. That's a fair grade.
Welcome.
Yeah, not bad.
You've got dads.
We've got dads. No more side quests. So, what did you think of our second date with Robert, Amy?
It was fine.
Just fine?
Yeah. No, I didn't like it.
Okay. So are you using
like
are you using the second dates to determine which one of them is worthy of a third, basically?
I don't know. I figure I'll probably end up giving them all second dates before I start on thirds, and then I'll probably give them all thirds too. I don't know, but
Okay. Okay, but
I'm definitely using it as a way to determine whether I actually like anybody, like,
right.
because I pretty much don't at this point, except for Damien.
Which you haven't gone on a second date with Damien yet.
That's right.
And in fact, at this point, we're up to Damien and Hugo are the only two that have only one heart. Everybody else has two. Nobody has three yet. So very, very...
Who ever thought that I would say, I don't like any of them except Damien?
Yeah, because in the beginning you were like, Damien sucks. He's the worst. I never want to go out on a date with him. So funny. So funny. Anyway, so interestingly, we will find out which of these dads Amy decides to date next time. Will it be Hugo or Damien? Or will she pull a swerve and give us one of the other 5 that we've already gone on second dates with? But we will find that out, as I said, in the next episode, which will almost certainly be a week from today, which will be when it is released. But to find out the exact time when it's released, the best thing for you to do is to subscribe down below and ring that bell to be notified when all of our videos come out, obviously including the rest of this series. You can also check out our other channels and our series on those channels as well, and subscribe there. Commenting on this video, letting us know your thoughts on anything and everything that happened in this particular video, or your predictions for what's going to happen next, and who Amy may ultimately end up with or liking the most. That can go in the comments down below as well. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
Thank you all for any and all support that you are willing to give us. We really do appreciate it. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.